Today we have a really amazing program put together. We're going to be running it right through until 5:30, where you'll be able to hear case studies about people who have set up their businesses, problems about setting up businesses within Jerusalem, ways around those problems, whether you be in retail or high tech or just a service provider. You will come out of this meeting knowing how to do business in Jerusalem. And we hope you will take that message and go on with it. One last thing is we have an excellent website. The website isn't there to say that we have an excellent website. The website is there for you to use. To put your details up there and tell people what you're looking for, what you're trying to do. It is a website for you, not for us to say how wonderful it is. Because at the end of the day, our name is the Jerusalem Business Networking Forum. That is a networking forum for people in the Jerusalem area to do business. So use our site and get yourselves registered. The first thing I'd like to do is to introduce our host for today, Gidon Katz from IMP, and we thank him for helping us set up today. He's put in a lot of effort behind the scenes very quietly. So Gidon.
Thank you very much to the whole JBNF team. I know they put a tremendous amount of work putting this conference together, and in a cooperation with us, produced the event. This is the 4th event we've put together. We feel, and as an Olei Yashan, right, I made Aliyah 30 years ago, and I'm living the process of Aliyah all day, every day, is that we need to be serviced, and many times we are not recognized as a community. And what I'm trying to do is to be recognized by mainly the commercial companies, to give service as the way we are used to back in our homeland. We choose to come and make Aliyah. We chose to make that move. Just yesterday, there were more than 300 Olim came from the United States, and it was a pro-choice. It was a choice they made to do, and we're here to try and get the authorities and the commercial companies to recognize that we should get the service the way we deserve to be receiving it. So I welcome you everyone here today to the JBNF conference. I welcome you here to come and walk through the event. We've spoken to Bank Leumi. They'll have specialists that are specialized in small businesses. Maybe they could give advice or how to work around things, and special financing. We have got many other vendors that are here to service all of us and all of you too. So take advantage of this. It's not, it doesn't happen every day that they're all here eager to give you service, and most of them hopefully have English-speaking people. So again, thank you very much for coming. I'm running out to service all the clients that are here, and I really hope that you benefit from this networking event, which is something that maybe we didn't have when we came once upon a time, but take advantage of all the good advice that we could pick up here. I'm sure it'll be beneficial. Thanks again to all the team that put tremendous effort into putting this. Joseph put numerous hours, at least the amount that I spoke to him, so, and I'm sure much more than that. And have a great day. Au revoir.
Okay. Without further ado, we're going to go straight into our guest speakers for the opening session. I'd like to invite Avi Kliger from Israel English Update. Avi.
It's truly an honor to be standing here to welcome you to the event. This is the first time in my life that I'm speaking in English. But Bezrat Hashem will understand each other. Putting this together, this event, for you has taken much hard work to be certain that everything gets taken care of. We incorporated last year's feedback to ensure that this year event will accomplish the goal of IMP, Gidon, JBNF, and the English update to help Olim grow the business, find jobs, and networking with each other. My vision, after more than 4 years of work, and after I have learned to understand the world of the English speakers and their needs, it's to bring about a situation where people don't need to go back to America or Europe because they didn't find work, learning, good place to live, or schools, and to bring about a situation where they will feel at home here in Eretz Israel. The way it's not simple, but we will make it. How we make it? If we all work together, win-win, no one loses it. Please don't hesitate to come over to me if I can help you in any way. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for Joe and the hard work. I am very happy to meet you personally. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Avi. And it's good to see so many people here, not just from Jerusalem, but the surrounding areas like Givat Zev, etc. I now call on another friend of ours, a friend from a long time, Avi Salman, to say a few words on behalf of the area, the municipality.
Thank you. My English is also not so good, but I try to pass my few things to you. So first, I really want to thanks to JBNF that we work together a few years. I think they do a very blessed activity because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, the economy of Jerusalem is in a good situation because of the demographic. The government put a goal on also the municipality to put also the Haredim and also the Arabs inside to jobs and to economy. Because now all the economy of Jerusalem is in, how do you say, חילוניים יותר, המגזר החילוני.
We need to be more public, more secular.
More secular, okay. Anyway, I'm very glad to be here because it's very important that the business people, especially that come from the Aliyah, from different countries, the Olim, join to the economy of Jerusalem because it's very help us. Anyway, I want to tell you in few words about the tools for business and service that the Jerusalem municipality and the government give for business. Afterwards, you can look at the website of the Jerusalem municipality and economic office. And if you have questions, then you need my help. Joseph or Michael have my contact. You can contact with me, and I help you. So first, there are some business that need a license. Not all the business, but some business need a license. So we are in the business department deal with all the factors that deal with the license for business. You can come to us. It's a new department around 5 years because before that There's a lot of factors that deal with the business in the municipality, and the business owner would go a lot of building and city halls to find the solution to his license. So now we have a new department, 5 years old, and all the factors that deal with this license is in our office. You can come to us, and we help you with all the things that deal with the license. We call this license a one-stop shop. This is the idea that we want to give you. About economic office. Economic office, we work with them. They have a new authority that's called the Authority for Small Business. They give tools, especially in business consultant, that help the business also with the management the business, what the business need from the authority of the country, help build a business plan and things like that. All the price are subsidized price, so you can go to the websites and see the service they give. They can very be helpful. Another organization that help for business in Jerusalem called Mati. Mati sit in Talpiot area. They're here. They're gonna speak. They're gonna speak also. So I let Mati to introduce themselves. That's all. I want to wish you luck. I want to thank you, JBNF, and good luck in the.
I want to emphasize the support again that the Iriya has given us over the years. We've even met actually in the council itself on 2 or 3 occasions, and Avi's been very helpful facilitating those services. Our final speaker for this session, but certainly by no means least, is Shai. Again, no stranger to JBNF events. Shai's emphasis is on the bio side, the bio-pharma sector in Jerusalem, which is quite simply phenomenally large and successful. Shai.
Thank you, Michael, and hello, everyone. My name is Shai Melcer. I have had the privilege of studying law in Jerusalem and then practicing it, which was a more dubious pleasure, but then I had the pleasure of studying science and performing academic research here in Jerusalem. So I have had the scope of touching different campuses of the major university in Israel here in Jerusalem, and having held several positions in the university, so knowing academy, law, business, and now in my current position at the JDA, which I'll tell you about in a minute, puts me in a position to speak to you with a wide angle, with a wide scope of doing business here in Jerusalem. So I have the privilege today of representing the JDA, the Jerusalem Development Authority. So what you see here behind us is kind of a scale of different activities that the JDA touches. The JDA is in touch with the Israeli government. It's a government authority established by law in '88, and for the past 25 years it has been doing everything it can to develop Jerusalem economically. It does so in incorporation with the municipality, and specifically today I want to talk about the technological aspect of developing Jerusalem, because the JDA does a lot more than just business development or technological development, but I won't touch on the other subjects. I head the BioJerusalem project, which is a fairly veteran brand by the JDA. It's been around for about 8 years. But I'm also representing today a very new brand that has been spawned this year by the JDA called JNext, which is the overall look of developing the technological aspect in Jerusalem. All of this put together puts us in the situation to address different people who are in Jerusalem or approach Jerusalem from different aspects of business development in the technological arena. People with ideas, people who are in the midst of research and development of their ideas, people who have accomplished their R&D aspect and now want to manufacture the outcome of their ideas. People who have access to trained personnel, or they want to train them by themselves, or it is the trained personnel that is looking for a job. People that establish real estate, buildings, factories, industrial areas, and want to make them accessible to people who want to carry out their ideas. And not finally, but people who want to finance any one of these aspects, be them investors, angels, organizations, the government, other establishments. The idea is that any one of these pieces of the big technological puzzle in Jerusalem can approach the JDA, either specifically to BioJerusalem or through the JNext concept. What we're trying to do is be an address for all these different parts of the puzzle. In one word, we're trying to establish ourselves as a one-stop shop. That is the main message that we are sending out. It doesn't matter who you are. If you want to take part in the technological fiesta in Jerusalem, which is just gaining more and more momentum, approach us. We will put you together and help you out with whoever it is you need. Now, how do we do that? We're not a very big authority. We consider ourselves to be a lean, mean machine. And the way we do that is by strategy. So first of all and foremost, we are in touch. We have a very strong relationship with both industry and community in Jerusalem. Okay? So we are in touch with them. We get feedback. We tell them what our plans are. We hear what they think about it. We hear what their needs are. We check what we can do. And we go back to the drawing board. We think about it. We see what can we do with what we've just heard. And then we turn to our strategic collaborators, be it academy or medical centers or other people that have to do with this area of development. And we go back to the drawing board. Okay, so what are the means that we have to help the industry and the community to grow forward, to enhance the technological arena in Jerusalem? And then we start turning to our collaborators or people that we work with. So we will either discuss our plans with the government or the municipality or both, or have a roundtable discussion. We will try to approach people or address people that approach us, people with money, like I said before, investors, banks, different funds, different organizations, see how we could utilize their resources. It's a little funny, but we are in touch with the world. We try to learn how this is done in other places. That's the number one thing. The other thing is we are in touch with parallel organizations overseas that have a vested interest in what we do in Jerusalem. So we will try and establish an international R&D center here in Jerusalem, be it high-tech, be it bio. We will try and bring a business accelerator that is world-renowned and put it in Jerusalem. We will try and put up a Jerusalem branch of a world-renowned research center. Okay? These are all actual examples of things that are in the make, so I will not name the names, but this is the kind of things that we will do with the rest of the world. And finally, we will juggle our efforts together with the media, them being a resource demander and a resource provider. So that's obviously an intricate way to do things. The most important thing to remember is no matter what we do and who we're discussing, we always go back to the drawing board and we check ourselves. We have a research institute that accompanies every one of our projects, tells us where we are together with our policy, our tools that we're using, the feedback we're getting from the shetach to see how well we're doing. So what does it mean that you have the industry and a community together? I mean, how does that translate to what is the picture like in Jerusalem? Now, I see people here from Made in JLM. I stole this picture from you. I'm just borrowing it. You can have it back. This is pretty much industry and community in Jerusalem, and I will promise you that this is a fraction of it. Okay, you will find this picture in the Made in JLM site, together with a map, an interactive map. It's a very good website. It's a very good organization. And there's a lot of it happening. There's a very big ecosystem that is going and being developed, and it's being more and more intricate. I come from the bio world, so I'll just give you an example. This is not just for you to understand the intricacy of this sort of an ecosystem here in Jerusalem. What you're looking at right now is approximately 20% of the biomedical industry in Jerusalem. You have around 20 companies here on the board. They're not divided, but they are characterized by being serially entrepreneured. Some of these companies have been crunched out by people that it's their fourth or fifth company. You have companies up here that are up and coming startups that are going real far, but they're still at their early stages. You have manufacturers. You have world-renowned manufacturers here on the board, and maybe some of you are surprised to see how many world-renowned manufacturers are actually in Jerusalem doing some of their best work. And somewhere in the middle, you will also find companies that are in clinical stages. They're off the grid physically because they're doing most of the work around the world, trying to prove that their good ideas are effective in man. And some of these stories are actually success stories that you will read about in the financial journalism with figures that have many zeros behind them, usually hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars in deals. And I also added in a few more funky logos that I like of people that I really appreciate the work that they do. It is a very lively community of people doing very good work here in Jerusalem. And this is applicable to high tech as well. Next comes up the community aspect. If you walk around Jerusalem, you will definitely stumble over one of the people that work in these organizations. Some of them are here in this room today, and we appreciate their presence. The JBNF is obviously the first I will acknowledge. The JBNF does very good work in putting the business community together. Made in JLM is an excellent brand that has put together many, many, many people doing community work for the industry in the high-tech aspect, mostly here in Jerusalem. And Ruach Hadashah is a good example of people that do the social development of Jerusalem, trying to put together new aspects of people come together with people not only in the business aspect, maybe not even in the least. I won't walk through the rest, but I will say that there are other organizations in Jerusalem that facilitate the business development of a new business. If you're a startup and you need a Moreh Nevuchim, one of these places is a good place to start with. Other establishments here are physical accelerators, physical places to go and do your work because you don't have the physical means to do them just as well. So these are good places to start with. And finally, you'll have some of Israel's leading financial assistants, and you will find them either in the high-tech or in the bio or somewhere in between, or globally helping you to raise your money, again, established here in Jerusalem. So now that I gave you the picture of how we approach it, I think the best thing for you to know is how to contact us. Whether or not you have a good idea or a good company coming up and you want to establish and you're wondering whether or not to do it in Jerusalem, or if you're not wondering whether or not to do it in Jerusalem, but you do want to know how you should get the assistance. So the people that you should get to know at the JDA are first and foremost Itzik Ozel, which is the Director of Business Development and Industry at the JDA. Stav Erez is in charge of the high-tech entrepreneurship aspect. She helped establish the JNext brand that we are using today. And I head the bio sector, the BioJerusalem. So if any of you are developing a new drug or a medical device or some sort of a biotechnology advancement and you're trying to do it in Jerusalem, let me help you out. This is a good way to be in touch with us. Okay, if you want one slide to photograph and take home, this should be it. We are at your service. What we are trying to do is make Jerusalem an even better place to do business and do science and do industry and do high-tech and do biotechnology. And we are always open to hear new ideas about how to do it. So thank you very much. Have a very successful event. Thank you for the JBNF putting this together, and good luck to everyone.